I'm convinced that based on my experience of being there and the things that I've seen, and I became a student of Chaco Canyon, in the years, the decades that followed. And it seems like every time there's more exploration, like the archaeologists said they just left the place, they went away. Well, why now? And digging through trash mounds, why are they finding human bones? Human bones that clearly were cannibalized because of the saw cuts and knife cuts on them, etc. Something went very dark there, and the indigenous peoples of that area who are connected to that tribe say that that tribe became so powerful. This is their legend. And you tell me where there's an equal legend talking about Native Americans anywhere in the US. They became so powerful that they controlled the weather. True? I don't know. Not true? I don't know that either. I mean, yeah, the legends get interpreted slightly, but I haven't heard any legends of, the Navajo controlling the weather, or, Seminole tribe controlling the weather, or anything else. But to have this dark station, to say the peoples here became so powerful, and the inference there is became so evil, that they began to control, they were able to control the weather. And clearly now, and they're looking at it, and they even warred against and cannibalized, those they conquered, which now, piecing that knowledge, which gets more elaborate as each decade goes by, piecing that awareness with what we perceived in the city of the damned, or whatever that other place was, right? That it was, we're holding up here and we're keeping the oppressor out of this place for as long as we can. That made sense now, right? The dots got connected. And the fact that these Native Americans that got us on the big mountain told us to go here, something will be important up here for you. And then we see that drop down over the top of the mountain, shoot an azimuth, and it brings us to Chaco Canyon. Yeah. And that's the Chaco Canyon story.
Did you get any pictures of the portals or anything? No.
No, I would have had to. We didn't have cameras like we have in cell phones now. We didn't have anything like that. We would have had to have brought, camera gear out there, and none of us knew how to use camera gear like that. I mean, I wish we had, right? I wish I'd been able to snap something, but no. And I assume that that's what those research vans, of which memory recalls, and remember, folks, this is a long time ago for me. It's over 40 years, really. So you're looking at that and going, they were probably recording and capturing with cameras. That's what they were there for. They were trying to do that. But, three yahoos out of a remote viewing unit stumbling around there in the dark. We didn't have camera gear like that. None of us did. And even if somebody had handed it to us, we would not have known how to use it. And in those days, it wasn't point and shoot. It just wasn't. So, yeah, I wish we had photographic evidence of that stuff. Instead, all we had was our sketches, to support that. Now, I've told that story many times over the years, and it gets, as I get older, it gets more challenging and more challenging to remember all of the pieces of it. And I'm sure I probably left some of the funny anecdotes out of it, because I know we were doing some funny stuff. We all, the three of us, really liked each other. So we did stupid stuff like, break a branch off and stick it, in your shirt behind you so it looked like you had antlers, and, then start howling up so somebody would look up and see the silhouette of like this alien with antlers stuff. And of course, we would just all yuck and laugh, and the rock get thrown at you or something else. Those were good times. Those were times in that unit that I remember. That was a camaraderie, shared. And at that time, both those men were extraordinarily good friends, and they were good people. They really were. This is before one became Dr. Doom, and so forth. But still, that guy's a smart guy, and I'm sure he's doing what he's doing because it gets a rise out of people, and I guess that's important in some circles. But those were good times, and those were good memories, and I'll never forget, I'll never forget the friendship that bounded us together, to lay on a wall and look up and watch the sky open, like something. I just wish something had come through it. I had no desire to, meet something. I just would have liked to have seen a passage, right? Something
Right.
and and years past, I was starting to think it was kind of like this, a stoplight changing with nothing at the four-way stop. Do you know what I mean? It's like it opens, and if you're here at this time, it opens and it's green, great. If not, it closes. And if there's no traffic, it just is that. The light still cycles even though there's no traffic. So it was a fascinating place.
Are there any books people should check out about Chaco Canyon to get a little bit more background
There are probably more books than you would want to read in a lifetime. But yeah, there's also some documentaries out there on Chaco Canyon. One of them, Robert Redford narrates, because he's enamored of the place as well. I think that's available on Prime, on Amazon Prime. That's usually where that kind of stuff shows up. You really can't find that kind of documentary on Netflix or HBO. They're not interested. They're more interested in spinning up social issues in most of their stuff, or showing what life in prison's like, for people. That kind of thing, right? You're like, oh, people really want to watch this? I guess they do. So if you put that in your consciousness, you may end up in prison. Anyway, I'm just joking about that. But Amazon Prime carries a lot of that kind of odd stuff. And I know there's a Chaco Canyon documentary out there. I haven't watched it, but I know it's there. But if you watch it, I'm sure it puts in there all the kinds of things that I'm talking about. And it's a fascinating place. If you ever get the chance to go. And if you go, try to go after it rains. And if it go after it rains, I don't care what the rangers say, look down at your feet, because there will be pottery shards there. And I have probably 50 of them sitting in a bowl right over there that I've had with me since that day,
Thank you for sharing that story. It was amazing. I didn't even know that that was in your repertoire. I didn't know you guys went and did like a field work.
I've done it on like a podcast like you, but I am happy that you're the guy that's gonna post it. So,
all right, my friend. We'll definitely have you on again at some point, because I know you still have a ton of stories.
It's clearly a good interviewer and good camaraderie and energy there. So anytime I can help, Sean, thank you to all your viewers. You guys have fun with that story. Sure, people will be talking tonight. So anyway, all right. Thanks, Sean.
See ya.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like, subscribe, and notification buttons. Additionally, if you have any feedback, please put something in the comments below. And lastly, if you want to watch the full episode of this clip, you can find it above. Thanks again for watching.